So we thank them for joining us. Would you say hello, please, to Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel? Here they are. There you go. That's for you guys. You can smile. It's all right. You guys are sitting there looking very serious, listening to all that applause and things. Hello. How are you?
We're fine. We feel a little detached here on the other side of the world with this hookup, but we're with you in spirit.
Well, yes, we can, you can see us, but we can't see you. That's why we're looking the way we look, which is sort of naturally dour and depressed.
It's always a bit uneasy for people when they first have to do this thing because you get to look at a camera. Of course, we see you live, happy, smiling. Listen, what time is it there now in New York, by the way?
About 5:30 in the morning.
Do you guys usually get up at this hour of the morning, 5:30?
Of course.
Yeah.
We didn't go to sleep. We just stayed up.
Ah, well, that's nice. Just for us, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, no, we had we were just doing our usual New York activities, you know?
Yeah. Is New York still a late-night entertainment center? I mean, where people can still go and see entertainment 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Parties at the Statue of Liberty, dancing at the UN, things like that.
Okay, fair enough. Listen, tell me about the reunion concert. 11 years you were split up, went your separate ways. A lot has been written about it. But what was it that brought you back together again?
You answer, Paul.
There was a concert in Central Park that's been something of a yearly tradition, and I was asked to do it, and I asked Art to join me on it, and that's really how it came about.
I'm going to be no. When you're working to a large audience like that, I mean, one of that enormity. Can they hear you? I mean, can you hear them? Does it sound as big as it does, or do you just hear the people in the front, maybe?
You can hear them. You can hear the sense of mass of people in the audience. They can hear you, but they can't hear you in the way that you hear yourself. So that's the tricky part. They're hearing you amplified through your sound system, but you're not hearing yourself through that same sound system.
That has to be some feeling of security. 400,000 acceptances at once. It does a lot for you.
It's fabulous.
Yeah, it does a lot for your ego, I'll tell you. What about the meeting of you two? Is it true you went to school together?
Yes, we grew up together. We've known each other since we're 9 years old, 10 years old.
People here in the studio audience are just getting a look at a still shot of the two of you. One of you has very short curly hair, and the other one just has short hair. I don't know what that... Crew cuts, it looks like.
That was me with the short curly hair.
Yeah, right.
Those days I had short curly hair, and Art had just regular short hair. But later on, as we grew up, we changed hairs.
Can you do that for us now? We'd like to look at it if we could.
Yeah, we actually could, but we just assume not.
In all the songs that you've... In all the songs you've done and composed, I have one question I would really like to ask. It's been something that's been bothering me for years. Mrs. Robinson, the song, did you write that after the character in the movie, or did you guys really know a Mrs. Robinson?
No, I wrote it for the movie.
Okay.
It was Mrs. Roosevelt for a while.
Was it?
Oh, actually, it was. When I originally started to write the song, it was called Here's to You, Mrs. Roosevelt. But when I was working on writing the music for The Graduate, I changed it to Mrs. Robinson.
As individuals, in the individual careers that you pursued, was it difficult for you after the split?
It was for me. It took me about 2.5 or 3 years before I got back in the studio to make an album, and those years were reassessment years. And there was a certain difficulty in establishing a place in show business for myself alone.
Paul,
I remember that as tough.
Paul, what about you? Of course, you pursued acting things, and
well, we both did work in film, but my my recollection of it was I don't remember it as difficult as much as that it was exciting to do work your individual work. I went into it knowing that it probably wouldn't be as popular or as as hugely successful as Simon and Garfunkel was, but
what did you expect?
That's what I expected, and it wasn't, but it was exciting and artistically fulfilling for me. I liked it.
All right, well, the big news, of course, is, and I think we'll be announcing this for the first time to most people in Australia who are listening, that Simon and Garfunkel are coming here. You will be on a concert tour. I think it starts on the 5th of February. What do you know about Australia, by the way?
Well, you go to Hawaii and you turn left.
Yeah, okay.
You just keep going a long time.
You'll have a lovely time down here. You've got a virtual army of fans. I have to tell you that. And Kevin Jacobson, of course, is looking forward to it with great expectation. I think so is everyone else. When you do the concert, all of your hits will be performed. Can we tell people that?
Pretty much.
Well, we do. Did you see? Are you familiar with the concert in Central Park? Was that shown in Australia?
I don't believe it. Was it? Yes, the boys are shaking their heads here. Yes, it was, yeah.
It was?
Yeah.
Well, we do about 2/3 to 3/4 of that show, and then we've added some songs that weren't in that show, and we'll be doing some new songs on this trip.
Well, but pretty much all the hits are in the show.
Yeah, we essentially do most of the Simon and Garfunkel big hits and a couple of Frankie Lane tunes.
He reached out to the side there, and everybody was waiting to see he was going to... I thought he was going to come back with some albums or something. I didn't know. He came back with a cup of tea. It's lovely. Listen, fellas, thank you very much for talking to us. I'm about to tell people where they can get tickets for the concerts. You'll be back. You'll be doing your concerts around the 5th of February. I think that's around the time that we come back after our break back onto the air. So I hope we get the opportunity to see you in person, maybe even in here as well, and chat to you, okay? Good luck.
Thanks.
And I hope you have a fantastic time over here. I'm sure you will, as all the fans out there will prove.
Thanks. Have a happy New Year.
Have a happy Hanukkah. It'll be all right, too.
Okay.
Okay. Simon